Hi, Daya. Thank you so much for coming tonight. And I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about why you've got yourself involved and created a FinTech business, and possibly some of the challenges or bonuses about being in a FinTech business.
Right. I've been in fintech for about 20 years. So I've been in different aspects of fintech. My latest venture is a messaging platform that allows investors to talk to other investors so they can make better decisions and they can execute better trades. It also allows companies to get out their information to traders so they in turn can make better decisions. And that's what I'm currently working on. So fintech is a large area. It's one of those areas, unlike other industries, that actually has money going in very inefficient ways through traditional business models. What most fintech companies are trying to do is they're trying to do it in a more efficient way. And fintech has many aspects to it. There's a consumer side, there's a B2B side, there is consumer to business side. So it's a very broad term, and it's highly verticalized. So when you get into fintech, there's a lot of aspects of it. So
All different segments, and now with the blockchain, obviously, there's many industries
right.
becoming involved, right?
Absolutely. The blockchain has a lot of potential, but it's not immediate. It's starting off very slow, and it doesn't exactly impact the traditional fintech business. So it doesn't fit in that yet. But eventually, as businesses get globalized, they'll need an efficient, distributed system, and that's where the blockchain comes in.
Great. And you were telling me that you're self-funded, which is pretty amazing. Obviously, if you've been in the industry for 20 years, then you would believe in what you're doing and be willing to put the money down on the table. But I'm always interested in how Silicon Valley investors, how approachable or how open they are to fintech businesses. Obviously, at some point, you're going to go for funding. What do you see are the challenges and what are the bonuses?
Sure. With fintech, one of the biggest challenges is getting customers. So you have to define who your customers are, whether it's consumers or if it's businesses or if it's both. And that is the biggest challenge because the value has to be pretty immediate. There is it's not one of those things where you aggregate and you build a network and this value simply comes upon. So your product has to be clear. So that's one of the biggest challenges. In terms of raising capital in Silicon Valley, it is very difficult for fintech companies unless you're very consumer focused, companies. In New York, it's better if you because they have a deep understanding, and it's a larger financial services market. So fintech has a place where it fits in there. So there are opportunities to raise money in New York, probably a little bit easier, but I wouldn't say that much more easier. So because Silicon Valley does value risk ventures, and there's a lot of risk money here in Silicon Valley.
And am seeing more uptake more recently, and many firms that weren't focused on fintech starting to become more focused, even in a small way, which I find is very encouraging.
Right. Fintech is so broad that it's pretty much like technology or biotech. So a lot of companies are having some exposure to fintech because there are various aspects of fintech. For example, insurance sales. Would not be traditionally considered a fintech, but there's a fintech aspect to it because companies are building relationships with the end users, and they be able to parcel their product into small units, and so there's a VC interest in that space. So that's why there's a broader interest. But it's not the traditional fintech companies that they are. But there's specialized outfits here in San Francisco that actually do core technology investments in fintech.
Great. And tell me, I guess it's been a lot of hard work. How long have you been working on this company?
Oh, we've flipped the model several times, so it's been over 2 years, but we've refined it and we've got it right this time, and we are at the cusp of a large wave.
Fantastic. And tell me, is it just all hard work, or do you guys have some fun as well?
Well, it's been all hard work, and we do have some fun, but it's the hardest things. Probably one of the challenges you asked me is attracting like-minded people to work with, because fintech is not one of those areas where you can just hire just broad developers. You need if you hire people that have vertical knowledge, it gives you a lot of power to move.
Fabulous. Look, I wish you all the best, and hopefully we're going to hear more about you guys and the company in the near future. And thanks again for coming tonight. I think this is going to be such an interesting panel.
Thank you, Pamela.